Who the hell are you?
It's none of your business, okay? Who do you think you are?
Don't play tricks on me.
Are you threatening me here?
My requirement is roll straight, roll nicely, and quickly. Boss, but roll!
Ian, you should communicate with Mr. Tong more. Considering your relationship, it won't be difficult.
Do you know you could be seated there not knowing you're the newest millionaire in town? Want to know how? There are billions of unclaimed financial assets held by the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority in the form of security deposits, shares, long-forgotten bank savings, pension money, among others that are waiting for the rightful owners to claim them, and you might be one of them. Stop searching in the wrong places. Visit ufaa.go.ke or dial *361# and find out if there's any unclaimed cash and other financial assets in your name. Labda umeomoka na ujui. Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. Receive, safeguard, reunite.
My name is Mohammed Ahmed Mohammed, the CEO of Kenya Deposit Insurance Corporation, popularly known as KDIC. The corporation recently increased the protected sum from the previous 100,000 shillings to 500,000 shillings per account. This is the highest in sub-Saharan Africa. In effect, the corporation now covers 99% of the depositors in the unlikely event of a closure of a bank. So KDIC encourages the depositors to continue doing business with our banks that are strong and resilient.
Be sure, check out for a KDIC sticker in your banking hall. KDIC, protecting your deposits.
It's 9 p.m. East African time from wherever you're watching us in Kenya and around the world. Good evening. This is KBC Prime Edition. My name is Mboya.
To our viewers here in Kenya, I hope you are enjoying your long weekend. I'm Purity Museo. Welcome to a very comprehensive coverage of the day's events that have been taking center stage here in the country and around the world.
All that coming up, but first, our headline stories tonight. The bane of student unrest, Iku Boys High School closed indefinitely after 3 dormitories go up in flames.
Watu wachache kwa sababu wako na pesa wanaamini wanaweza kuketi mahali kwa mkahawa na wakatuamulia ati nani atakuwa kiongozi wa Kenya, na sisi tutaamua nyanjani na Wakenya.
Piling political pressure, DP Ruto and his allies urge Kenyans to reject all imposed leaders.
It's very important that these parents report these cases for the well-being of their kids and for the well-being of watoto wengine, because kama maybe alidefile wake this time, next time ni wako atadefile. What will you do about it?
The enemy within, stories of sexual abuse, survival, and why charity does not always begin at home.
Welcome to the broadcast. Susan Thuku is our sign language interpreter tonight at KBC Channel 1 News, at Purity_Museo, and at Mboya 24, the hashtag Prime Edition.
Many thanks indeed for joining us. Our top stories. Eku Boys High School in Tharaka Nithi County has been closed indefinitely after learners walked out of school following a fire that saw 3 dormitories go up in smoke.
And according to the principal, Joseph Mboya, the Sunday night fire that consumed the 480 capacity dorms started at around 11 p.m.
The school principal noted that although the institution could not fully account for the safety of 243 students who ran out of the school during the commotion, there was no reported case of injury by Monday morning. He said Sunday was peaceful until the students retired to the dorms after evening preps at 10 p.m. But at around 10:30 p.m, while in his office, he spotted on his CCTV camera screen a group of students outside the dormitories. He immediately rushed there only to find that they had started breaking window panes. With the help from the night guards and other teachers, the principal said he tried to contain the students, but the learners overpowered them and he had to call local police for reinforcement. 35 students were arrested by police on suspicion of being the masterminds of the arson and are still being questioned at Chuka Police Station. Jacqueline Masharia for Prime Edition.
Now, a section of United Democratic Alliance leaders have urged Kenyans to reject any political project ahead of 2022 general poll. They said Kenyans should be left to elect leaders of their choice without any intimidation. The leaders made the remarks at the Deputy President William Ruto's current residence, where he hosted a delegation from Laikipia County.
The United Democratic Alliance appears increasingly convinced that Raila Odinga may be President Uhuru Kenyatta's heir apparent. A day after yet another public display of cohesion between the president and the ODM leader, UDA has alleged that Odinga is being imposed on Kenyans.
Watu wachache kwa sababu wako na pesa wanaamini wanaweza kuketi mahali kwa mkahawa na wakatuamulia ati nani atakuwa kiongozi wa Kenya bila ya kushauriana na mtu yeyote. Sisi tunawaambia ni sawa, mko na pesa, mnaweza kuamua kwa hoteli, na sisi tutaamua nyanjani na vijana na Wakenya.
Deputy President William Ruto and his allies also took issue with the president's latest remarks on the Building Bridges initiative, urging that it is an idea that will not work for the betterment of the republic.
We do not believe it is necessary to change the constitution to create inclusivity. We believe we need a plan, and the bottom-up economic plan is what is going to give us the inclusivity that we are looking for, whether it is in creating jobs or whether it is in having a real, serious, national political party.
Ruto said that the country's unity cannot be achieved through creation of positions to benefit few individuals at the expense of millions of ordinary citizens.
Na sisi tunataka tusimame, tuambie, na leo nataka niwaambie mjue hii Kenya hivi sasa tutaenda kupiga kura baina ya watu wa historia na watu ambao wanataka kuona mpango going forward.
So do not talk to me about history. Talk to me about what you will do once you become the president of this country. Talk to me about the future of this country and how you want to take us there. So we are not prisoners and slaves to history. We are students of the future.
Nancy Okware, Prime Edition.
Meru Governor Kiraitu Murungi now says he will only support the presidential candidate who will have the people's interest at heart. Kiraitu had initially appeared to be warming up to ODM leader Raila Odinga, urged the Mount Kenya East to be vigilant and stand as a people and not settle for less. The governor was speaking in Meru County during the launch of the Democratic Empowerment Party, or BAS as it is commonly referred to. Kiraitu said that the Kenya region Kiraitu said that the Kenya region will become a political darling and should only listen to the best proposal.
I tell you, brothers and sisters, those high and mighty, they will come to Mount Kenya East on their knees looking for friendship. Wao ndio watakuja kutafuta hapa kama tunajiunga vizuri, na wakija ndio tawaambia mambo yetu, na kama unataka kura zetu tunataka tuandikanie hiyo barabara utafanya. Sasa unajua, wanajua tunashinda ya miraa, kwa hiyo kila mtu anapitia hapo anasema mimi ndio nitaleta soko ya, lakini ni sawa, lakini ningetaka tukae chini, sisi tuongee kwa barabara, tukae chini tuongee na yeye.
An update on the COVID situation in Kenya. Kenya has sold a total of 8,189,322 COVID-19 vaccines. Of these, 4.9 million are partially vaccinated, while those fully vaccinated are 3.26 million. The country's positivity rate Monday, however, rose to 6.5% after 149 new cases were reported for a sample of 2,280 tested over the last 24 hours. The total confirmed positive cases now stand at 256,484. According to the Ministry of Health Statistics, one person succumbed to the disease. This now pushes the cumulative fatalities to 5,349. Moving on swiftly, village elders in Mboya East Sub-County now want the Ministry of Interior to implement a proposal of providing them with salaries and security apparatus to enable them work effectively. The elders said that despite being the first line of security at the village level, they continue to be neglected by government. Here is that report.
The elders are calling on the government to equip them with security apparatus and the monthly salary as a morale booster to their activities at village level. Led by their chairman, Johnson Gitari, the elders say the Interior Ministry has been making promises that are taking too long to be realized.
Sisi iko wakati tunaenda kukamata watu, tunaenda na kamba. Tukikamata mtu ni ile mwizi sugu, watu wao wanakuja na panga, wanakata hiyo kamba ya ng'ombe tunafunganga watu nayo. Tungependa pia tushughulikiwe na pingu hata sisi. Sasa tunafanya kazi, tunaambiwa tutalipwa na hao watu. Hao watu community watatulipa na nini? Unaona mtu anakuambia nitakupatia 100 na mko watu 5. Mtagawanya 100 watu 5 na nini?
Sentiments echoed by Kirinyaga Deputy Governor Peter Ndambiri, who said the elders have played key roles in providing alternative dispute solving avenues for cases, and this calls for incentives in form of a salary.
Devolution should cascade downwards even to village elders. Serikali kuu ifafanue hiyo maneno, wajue village elders watalipwa na national government ama watakuwa nalipwa na county government.
This even as Kikuyu elders from Kiambu County appointed a new member to the elders group to add on to the already 7 existing elders who provide guidance and solve internal disputes among the community. The addition comes amidst of arising conflicts among families and indiscipline among the youth.
Boma zinapotea, wasichana wale wanaoana, ndoa zinafunjika sababu watu hawana wazee wa kuwazungumzia.
Ni vizuri sana mmesoma na msomesa. Tukisha msomesa namna hiyo, utamaduni wenu muache kwa msiwache. Kwa maana yake Mswahili husema mwacha mila ni mtumwa na mtumwa ni mjinga, hajui katumwa wapi.
The elders are also expected to give guidance on cultural values and community history. Yusuf Far reporting for Prime Edition.
Elsewhere, workers at Rongo University in Migori County have downed their tools for the 4th day running over delayed payments. The irate workers are now accusing the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Samuel Gudu, of running down the institution. According to the Secretary General of the Kenya University Staff Union, Joseph Opande, the institution has failed to honor a collective bargaining agreement CBA entered between the workers and the management.
These are the scenes that were witnessed today at Rongo University's entrance. With workers showing their disapproval at what they say is the management inaction in honoring their return to work agreement.
The pension is not up to date. The reviews are not up to date.
The deductions.
The deductions are never remitted.
NHIF.
And so many other things as we are talking. We have been patient enough. But a time comes when you raise questions. And these particular questions need answers. We are seeking for the answer.
Apart from delayed salaries, the workers accused the Vice Chancellor, Professor Samuel Gudu, of nepotism, dictatorship and arrogance in running of the institution.
To date, the university management has not implemented the CBA in totality. What we are demanding is the payment of the full arrears that accrues to 8 months.
A section of students who joined the demonstration say the strike is causing a major disruption in their studies and are now calling on the management to put the interest of the student first by resolving the stalemate between them and the institution's workers.
This issue of workers striking has been repeating itself for quite long. Before you sit for exams in this university, you have to pay fees, all the amount. But it's very surprising the workers have not been paid.
Why? How?
We have not been given direction with the school council. Huh? Why are we not? Why are the school wasting us here? We should be directed. We'll be given the memo. We either vacate the school or they give us exams.
I'm not understanding why these people have right to strike because it is their money. But my problem is, my biggest question, where is my exams?
The staff have vowed not to return to work until their grievances are addressed. Efforts to reach the Vice Chancellor for a comment were unsuccessful. For Prime Edition, I'm Zainab Said.
Now there is a gender-based feature here, and I'd like you to picture this. A child is raised by a single mother with the help of the relatives, and at her teenage stage, her mother gets married only for her stepfather to sexually abuse her. Jacqueline Wambiru with a story of Marie's experience in the hands of a familiar predator.
For the better part of her childhood, Marie, not her real name, moved out from her mother's house to live with her grandmother. Later, as a teenager, her mother got married. Marie moved in with her to the new matrimonial home. According to Marie, what she thought would be the beginning of a new happy life turned out to be the onset of a never-ending nightmare. Marie was only 13 when her stepfather allegedly defiled her.
Alifanya mimi sex lazima na ni kitu alikontinue kufanya. Mamangu kama yuko anafanya.
She says he took advantage of her and made it a habit every time an opportunity presented itself after her mother left her alone with him.
Nikimwambia sasa mbona unanifanyia hivi, ananiambia if you ever talk about this hatutakuwa naweza kumaliza then niseme sijui mali ulienda. So I keep quiet until.
Marie says when she finally gathered courage and reported to her mother, no action was forthcoming, thus perpetuating the silence that fueled more abuse.
Popiga simu nikamwambia hivyo, akaniambia unataka kunikosanisha na mume wangu. So kwanza hapo tukua na good times na my mom.
Kenya's women rights campaigners say that stigma and fear associated with reporting gender-based violence contribute significantly to the high number of gender-based violence, with a lot of cases going unreported.
Majority of the cases don't get reported, and if they do get reported, ni kama mtu ashakuwa mkubwa mpaka you can't even do a follow-up on the evidence to take this person forward because of that issue.
According to the SGBV toll-free hotline 1195, the total number of gender-based violence cases reported from January to November 2021 were 3,611. Psychological abuse stood at 1,559, physical assault cases recorded were 805, child neglect 772, defilement 143, while rape, denial of opportunity, child abduction, child abandonment, denial of resources, sexual assault, custody and maintenance, sodomy, child marriage, female genital mutilation, child labor, and sexual harassment recorded below 100.
All these major cases come from Nairobi County. It is not because other counties don't have such cases. It is just because in Nairobi, people are exposed to GBV information.
The consistent string of cases reported, it is evident that sexual and gender-based violence is resoundingly prevalent in Kenyan homes and communities, a crisis that has drawn the attention of President Uhuru Kenyatta, who has called for urgent measures.
Ukijua uko na mzee ambaye ako na hizo tabia, mweke kwa soko, mwanike hapo mbele ya watu, angalia huyu, hebu muone huyu, anatembea na watoto wa shule, hiyo ndiyo njia ya kusababisha mtu apate aibu, awachane na tabia hizo.
As this nightmare continues to take its toll on families, gender-based violence survivors like Marie can only hope more people speak out against what many now call a catastrophe.
Tukiwa sisi sasa jameni ndio tunawaharibu, si hata sisi tunajiharibia, because we are destroying our future. Yeah? So really this is not ati serikali saidia, hapana. Hii sio serikali saidia, hii ni wewe na wewe saidia.
Good to speak out and begin to seek help. Just call 1195. Psychosocial support is very necessary, very important for anyone who has undergone any form of violence.
It's very important that these parents report these cases for the well-being of their kids and for the well-being of watoto wengine, because kama maybe alidefile wake this time, next time ni wako atadefile, what will you do about it?
Reporting for Prime Edition, I'm Jackie Wambiru.
Well, that story that is disturbing.
Indeed.
Brings us to our first break right here on KBC Prime Edition.
Talk to us at KBC Channel 1 News. The hashtag is Prime Edition. Stay with us.
Ili kupata sikiza tune hii ya Romans chapter 8 verse 39, bonyeza star 811 star 965 hash.
No power in the sky above or in the earth below, indeed, nothing in all creation will ever be able to separate us from the love of God that is revealed in Jesus Christ our Lord. Romans chapter 8 verse 39.
Ili kupata sikiza tune hii ya Romans chapter 8 verse 39, bonyeza star 811 star 965 hash.
Log on to the KBC website at www.kbc.co.ke to get the latest breaking news, entertainment, sports, politics, lifestyle or business trends from Kenya and around the world. Never miss new episodes from your favorite TV shows, reruns and movies. Just stream online or watch live on your YouTube channel at KBC Channel 1 TV shows. For the day's biggest stories, trustworthy news and family entertainment, log on to KBC Channel 1. Watch what you want anytime, anywhere.
Thank you so much for staying with Prime Edition this Monday night. Susan Thuku is a sign language interpreter tonight. The African Union AU is now warning of a decrease in fish population due to climate change, which is increasing pressure on their survival while also hampering their ability to adapt. According to the African Union, this has been worsened by the rising levels of the water bodies due to the massive melting of ice and high tides, all caused by climate change.
and development.
It is during an inception meeting on conserving the aquatic biodiversity in Africa Blue Economy held in Naivasha, Nakuru County, where the African Union warned of oceans becoming warmer day by day, a move it says is affecting aquatic life as they struggle to survive.
We also need to ensure that all the components that make up the blue economy, be it the transportation, the trade, that also is important. So it's about investing in the sector.
Noting the position of blue economy on tourism and aquatic resources, the Inter-African Bureau for Animal Resources Programs Manager Clement Adjololo assured of union support to the African countries.
The problem that we face from the climate, even from our own land management approaches, that how we manage the oceans also determine how much we can get out of the oceans as a resource.
Sentiments echoed by Mohamed Seisei, a senior fisheries officer at Inter-African Bureau for Animal Resources, who noted that all the aquatic body crises are as a result of human activities calling for sustainable use of these resources to protect marine life.
This project is to encourage government to develop the necessary guidelines or mechanism of regulation so that the sustainable practice of cage farming will take place in these ecosystems.
This not only aims at building the capacity, but harmonizing those capacities so that it will be for the benefit of the continent.
This comes as it emerged that the continent was yet to fully reap from the blue economy, which is expected to hit a $500 billion mark by 2030. For Prime Edition, I'm Zainab Said.
Further afield, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa is receiving treatment after he tested positive for COVID-19. In a statement, the office of the president says that the 69-year-old has mild symptoms and is self-isolating in Cape Town.
South Africa has seen a surge of infection since the new Omicron variant was first detected in November. South Africa President Cyril Ramaphosa is receiving treatment after testing positive for COVID-19. In a statement, the office of the president says Ramaphosa, who is fully vaccinated, began feeling unwell after leaving a state memorial service for former President de Klerk in Cape Town on Sunday. The 69-year-old leader is now self-isolating in Cape Town and is being monitored by the South Africa Military Health Service. He has delegated all responsibilities to Deputy President David Mabuza for the next week. The president says his own infection should serve as a caution to people to observe public health measures as well as get vaccinated. And residents from Kiru ward of Muranga County are opposing the construction of a water intake project in the area. The residents vowing to stall the project, saying that they were not involved by the National Irrigation Authority in public participation before the commencement of the construction.
The residents have vowed the project, which is being constructed along Mathioya River, will not continue until they are fully involved in a public participation.
Hii muradi ulikuja hapa ukaharibu mashamba yetu na miti yetu na hakuna faida ambaye tutaweza pata.
The residents have decried the abandoned water intake, saying that it has turned to be a mosquito breeding area. Meanwhile, Alupe University College has benefited from a donation of personal protective equipment from the National Emergency Funds Kitty in collaboration with Equity Bank to support medical students and workers fight COVID-19.
Our interest is to protect the frontline staff. Those are the doctors, the nurses, because it has been a challenge. In fact, we know the times when they have tried to go on strike because they are not adequately protected.
And Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology, in collaboration with International Development Research Center Canada, have launched a project dubbed Inclusive Home-Based Model of Play in Ikolomani Sub-County, Kakamega County. The project will be rolled out in extreme poor areas where most children under 5 years are at risk of health issues and developmental problems.
We want to believe we are really in sync with competency-based curriculum that is now talking about parental engagement.
Finally, Nyandarua County Government has urged residents to fully embrace the competency-based curriculum form of education. Nyandarua Youth, Sports, Gender and Social Services CECM Anne Gadhigia said CBC will help nurture and grow skills.
Ni muhimu sana tuendelee kama wazazi kushikilia hii mambo ya CBC, tusichoke tukiambiwa tengeneza hii, leta jembe, leta lile lingine, kwa ajili tunakuza talanta.
Reporting for Prime Edition, I'm Mboya Otiende.
Now, journalists have called on the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission as well as state agencies to ensure their security as the country gears up for the 2022 general elections. Speaking during the annual Scribes End of Year party in Kajiado, the members of the Fourth Estate maintained that as messengers, their work was simply to pass the message and that they therefore should not be targets of political parties or the operatives. The annual Scribes End Year Party took place over the weekend in Kajiado County, an event which brought together hundreds of journalists and public relation practitioners right across the country. This year's event was sponsored by Amnesty International and the Media Council of Kenya, among others, under the theme Protection of Journalists for Peaceful Election.
Wanasiasa watupatie nafasi ya kufanya majukumu yetu. Mara nyingi wanasiasa wanataka sana kuingilia kazi ambazo wanahabari wanafanya, na hivyo ningetoa mwito tu kwa tume ya uchaguzi na vile vile mashirika mengine ya serikali kama vile Wizara ya Mambo ya Ndani kuhakikisha kwamba wanahabari wamelindwa wakati huu wa uchaguzi mkuu ili kwamba waweze kutekeleza majukumu yao kwa njia inayostahili.
Tunapenda kuwaambia wanahabari kwamba wasivunjike moyo. Bado kuna mambo mengi mazuri mbele. Kwa kumwamini Mwenyezi Mungu na kutia bidii, tunaweza tukarudia hali ya kawaida ambayo tulikuwa nayo.
We come here together, also we celebrate each other. It has been a tough year. Journalists have been sacked, others have had pay cut. So we are also strengthening ourselves and encouraging each other.
Hii nchi ya Kenya tunahitaji wanahabari, tunahitaji kila mtu kuwa na nafasi ya kusema anavyosema na aseme kwa heshima na asikizwe na bila kuharas wanahabari kabisa. Huko tunataka tutoke kabisa.
Leaders drawn from the West Pokot County have applauded the national government through the Affirmative Action Fund that saw the funding and eventual construction of Akiriamet Bridge that has for decades been a pain point to the people of Sigor. The bridge, which has seen both livestock and people swept away due to floods, will also ease border patrols in the region.
The newly constructed Akiriamet Bridge in Museo area that connects West Pokot and Turkana County in the remote region is a sigh of relief to the residents as the affected community can now move easily without the horror of crossing a flooded riverway way at Akiriamet. Area MP Peter Lochakapong, accompanied by Kapenguria Samuel Moroto and Kachiliba Mark Lomunokol, lauded the contractor for completing the project on time. Kachiliba, Member of Parliament, who is also a member of the Special Funds Committee in the National Assembly, said they settled the Akiriamet due to the frequent destruction of smaller bridges and decided to allocate it funds.
Ninashukuru contractor ambaye ameshughulikia hili kazi, na hii pia ni dhihirisho tosha kwamba kumbe local contractors wako na uwezo ama ability ya kufanya kazi wa aina hii.
Lochakapong urged the residents of West Pokot to maintain peace as they approach the Christmas festivities, especially along the borders.
Wakazi wa West Pokot wote popote mlipo, tuweke amani. Tuweke amani na majirani wetu, tuweke amani kati yetu na huu wa Krismasi na wakati huu wa likizo hii.
Kapenguria MP Samuel Moroto said that the Equalization Fund will boost the economic status of regions like West Pokot that had been marginalized for long, and that the completed bridge will help in peace building through access to remote border points of West Pokot and Turkana South.
Niliweka Kajarpot hospitali, nikaweka hapa Creech hospitali, nikaweka maji sehemu ya Kaptarin na sehemu nyingine hapa chini. Sasa haijapisha na mabarabara kadhaa ambayo tuliweka.
Now, another item here on gender-based violence. 9 teenage girls from Muyuwakai Primary School in Magarini sub-county of Kilifi County are reportedly pregnant. The girls aged between 14 and 16 years who had fallen victims to gender-based violence were rescued by Women on the Move, WIMA, and after counseling, they have been taken back to school. Karisa Charo, a village elder, observed that the cases of GBV at Muyuwakai have become rampant and urged parents to be vigilant.
The pregnancy cases come at a time when the teenage pregnancy rate in Kilifi County has reportedly gone down. Karisa Charo, a village elder at Muyuwakai, noted that some of the girls were impregnated by fellow students, while others by outsiders, and the majority engaged in sex to get as little as 50 shillings to buy basic needs like sanitary towels.
Wengi wa watoto kuwahoji ni kukosa mahitaji yao kutoka kwa wazazi. Jamii ama wazazi hawajibiki kulingana na majukumu yao.
Halima Kazungu, not her real name, a class 8 pupil, said she engaged in a sexual relationship with her boyfriend, who is in Form 1 at a secondary school, and got pregnant a month later.
Boyfriend wangu tumeendelea hivyo, sasa asema haya leo ni leo, utaenda tujaribu kuwa mapenzi. Mimi siku 6 tukaenda, siku ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu, mwezi sikupata.
On the other hand, Sidi Jafet, not her real name, aged 16 years, from the same school, now in class 7, said poverty drove her into early sex after her father died and left behind her mother to provide for the family.
Mimi niko na mamangu, babangu aliaga. Ni atafute, mara nyingine anakosa pesa mpaka kuninunulia pads. Nimfanye kuomba. Naomba wasichana wenzangu wasifanye mambo kama haya, endelee na masomo.
Hilda Lamek, WIMA chairperson, said they have been rescuing girls and sensitizing them due to the increased cases of teenage pregnancy in the area.
Age between 14 mpaka 16, wote walikuwa wajawazito kutoka kwa shule moja, ambayo iliweza kutufanya ikatupatia motisha kuweza kukaa chini na kuongea na watoto one on one na kuona shida iko wapi.
Jacqueline Masharia for Prime Edition.
All right, another gender-based item there, bringing us to a break, but I'm sure you have something you'd like to read there.
Absolutely, and actually there's a parent, a stakeholder saying, shida iko wapi? Why do you think the cases of gender-based violence are on the rise?
On the rise, yeah.
The 2017 report by WHO had placed Kenya top 5.
Wow.
Right? And the cases are now on the rise, especially when the Minister of Health was reporting releasing the reports. It indicated again that the cases were on the rise during the lockdown period.
And the fingers are pointing at the fathers.
Yeah.
Okay.
The predator within. All right, thank you so much. You're watching Prime Edition. We now want to take our second commercial break, but your opinion and feedback always highly appreciated. Harrington Muhande Njenga, you're watching us from Emahondo in Kakamega County. Thank you so much. We also have Samson at Samson Ayera tuned into Prime Edition. Thank you once again. We have Mwingi is represented. That's at Simon Mutuli. Keep tweeting. Tell us where you tuned in from. And of course, you can weigh in on any item of your choice tonight. Stay with us.
take it on at the right time.
Honorable Musalia Mudavadi.
The Honorable Mutahi Kagwe.
Chief Justice Martha Karambuko.
This is KBC, the voice of Kenya.
Asking the right questions.
I don't know how it made you feel as speaker who is presiding over a house where members can be compromised with 10,000 shillings.
We keep our guests comfortable. A mission to ensure our audience gets a complete story.
For a few hours or so, I thought this is it. My end has come.
If really we want an end of this pandemic, we must fight.
Our goal, to tell it as it is for the benefit of our viewer.
And I'm sure we will have good discussions.
All right.
That will make probably your viewers understand KDF better.
With 21 radio outlets.
During a live interview on KBC TV, Chief of Defense Forces General Robert Kibosha.
Jaji mkuu kwa mara ya kwanza katika mahojiano yake ya kipekee na runinga ya KBC Channel 1.
And 2 TV stations covering over 90% of the entire country. The message always gets home. KBC, the home of on-air TV interviews.
Many thanks for staying with us. The Horn of Africa Gateway project is expected to change the face of the North Frontier counties, among them Isiolo, Meru, Garissa, Wajir and Mandera. The project, which is being implemented under the Vision 2030 Lamu Port, South Sudan, Ethiopia Transport Lapset Corridor, will open the areas economically. President Uhuru Kenyatta is expected to commission the highway early next year.
The Horn of Africa Gateway project is a 744-kilometer highway project that joins Isiolo and Mandera counties. The road project passes through counties of Isiolo, Meru, Garissa and Mandera and is expected to be commissioned by the President early next year. In a broader perspective, the Horn of Africa Gateway project starts in Cape Town, South Africa, passing through Nairobi, Isiolo, Moyale to Ethiopia and ends up in Cairo, Egypt.
Mbeleni hata mzigo kutoka kwa shamba ilikuwa ni shida. Sababu barabara inatereza, gari kuingia ni shida, inabidi mzigo unaharibika kwa shamba. Lakini kwa saa hii barabara ikija kuwekwa hii lami, nafikiri usafiri wa kufikisha mzigo soko utakuwa unafika kwa haraka.
Locally, the highway project is expected to change the face of the counties it will pass through, with most of the locals here being pastoralists.
Hata vijana pia watapata kazi, kina mama wale wanapiga chai. Sasa hiyo njia ikianza basi uchumi itaongezeka, itafufuka. Kwa hata wakulima pia wataongezeka.
Gambela area in Meru County is one of the areas where this highway passes through. According to Meru Governor Kiraitu Murungi, farmers in his county stand to gain.
We want to promote trade among ourselves. Kila tunataka ni usalama. Hatuwezi kuwa na maendeleo area hii bila amani na usalama. Hii barabara inapitia kilomita 72 kwa Meru County.
Security in northern Kenya is expected to improve owing to the new developments. Mandera Governor Ali Roba, Isiolo Governor Mohamed Kuti are urging residents to cooperate to actualize the project.
Literally every hour there is a bus departing Moyale for Nairobi. The farmers in Meru, Nyeri, Laikipia are able to take fresh produce to our villages in the interior thanks on the small pro boxes and other small pickup trucks, and giving the opportunity for our pastoralists to be able to get balanced diet and our farmers from the other regions be able to get markets in our area.
The Horn of Africa Gateway project is part of the Vision 2030 Lapset project. The World Bank is the lead financer.
Sports now, and I'm standing in for Richard Munga. The Kenya national junior team that took part in the 6th Ghana Zone 3 Swimming Championship arrived home last night from Uganda, where they finished 3rd overall. The girls team, however, topped the ladies' table, while the boys team finished 3rd in their category.
The over 20 swimmers of the Kenyan national junior team who traveled to Uganda for the 6th Ghana Zone 3 Swimming Championship arrived home last night from Uganda with more than 30 medals and a 3rd overall trophy in their possession. The Kenyan team competed against 5 other countries and finished 3rd overall with 2,369 points, behind Tanzania, who was 2nd on 2,638 points, while champions Uganda had 2,827 points. Burundi had to settle for 4th position on 802 points, while Sudan and Eritrea were the bottom 2 sides with 250 and 17 points respectively.
I've never felt so patriotic like this time round. I've never felt so honored to be with this team. The young were just pushing themselves. Most of these swimmers, this was their first time to compete internationally, and they did not at any one time shy away.
Victoria Okumu, the Kenyan captain, was also awarded the best girl in the over 15 years category, despite not competing in 5 other individual events.
The experience in Uganda was very good. The team performed very well from day one, with Nurain starting us off with the 800 free. From there, the hype went very well, and we all just performed very good throughout the gala. Yeah.
And still, with that incredible performance, 18 other Kenyan swimmers who were eligible to compete in the Ghana Zone 3 Championship did not travel with the team.
The boys taught Uganda, Tanzania and the other countries a good lesson. We went and showed them fire in water. They were very good. I would especially give a big thanks to the 15 and over, winning most of the relays, which was very good, and the 12 and under, which were living up to the expectations and beating every other team to the podium, which was very amazing.
Among the gold medalists at the tournament were Nathan Matimu, Jesse Kioko, Haniel Kudwoli and Captain Tibuka Bifuoli, while in the gold medalists in the girls category included Nurian Bakha, Makrin Kalombo, Duini Kafini, Captain Victoria Okumu and Audrey Chebet.
Congratulations to the boys and girls and welcome back home. Now, the African Schools Chess Championship kicked off Monday evening at the Pride Hotel in Westlands with over 250,000 participants from 10 countries competing in various categories. The event will see youth aged between 7 and 17 years from different parts of Africa clash for the championship's title.
And there I took the
5 Kenyans won their opening matches as the African Schools Individual Chess Championship started at Azuri Pride Inn Hotel. Round 1 of the 9-day event saw Kenyan win most of its game. Among the winners are Curtis Ruben Ubit Masuku Eluthu of South Africa in just 4 moves, Helsi Kamoni beating Conforth Kaleng of South Africa, Wambui Banis beating Mala Omile of Botswana, Riziki Kuka beating Itoya Gabriela of Nigeria, Sharian beating Adel Magu of Zimbabwe, John Murege beating Carson Enrico of South Africa, Don Muiruri beating Rose Justin of South Africa.
My game was good. I got an walkover. That's how I won the game. I'm just going to start preparing by playing puzzles and basics that I've already done. It was a bit tough. My opponent made a few blunders, but then I managed to checkmate him. He made a few blunders and I captured pieces and I did a bit of tactics and yeah, I won.
I usually exchange my pawns with my opponent's pieces and then he was left with a few pieces. So then I used my queen and bishop to checkmate him.
Countries from different parts of Africa coming in from different regions coming into Nairobi with children who are brand ambassadors today. To see them with so much of energy, so much of optimism is like a breath of fresh air to each one of us.
The event is set to continue tomorrow with more than 250 participants from the countries competing in various categories. Daniel Mwendwa,
Sport.
David Neke and Juliet Mbappe are the winners of the second leg of the National Beach Volleyball Tour 2021 series held in Wote, Makueni County. Neke and Mbappe humbled Prison's duo Jairus Kipkoske and Elfas Makuto by 2-1 to bag the title. In the ladies category, Naomi To and Veronica Odhiambo trounced favourites Praxidis Agala and Gaudentia Makoha to emerge victorious. En route to the last four, To and Adhiambo saw off Fosca Kasisi, I beg your pardon, and Yvonne Wavinya, while Agala and Makoha defeated Gladys Wagoi and Judith Tarus. Over 30 players drawn from some of the top volleyball league clubs in the country took part.
We started in a low tone, but as we were moving on and playing some matches, we were catching up. Also, we thank God because of what He has done to us today. It has not been an easy game. It was really tough. My sincere thanks back to my partner. I'm so happy because of her and the performance also. She's doing very well.
You could be seated there, not knowing you're the newest millionaire in town. Want to know how? There are billions of unclaimed financial assets held by the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority in the form of security deposits, shares, long-forgotten bank savings, pension money, among others that are waiting for the rightful owners to claim them, and you might be one of them. Stop searching in the wrong places. Visit ufaa.go.ke or dial *361# and find out if there's any unclaimed cash and other financial assets in your name. Labda umeomoka na ujui. Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. Receive, safeguard, reunite.
There you are. Adel Balala was crowned the 2021 Kenya Amateur Golf Champion after amassing a cumulative total of 813 points achieved from Kenya Golf Union Golf Series. Meanwhile, Balala left the country last night ahead of the 2021 Abu Dhabi Amateur Golf Championship that kicks off Tuesday.
Balala completed the series by clinching the 2021 Nyali Open Kenya Amateur Golf Championship title that ended at the Par 71 Nyali Golf and Country Club course in Mombasa County. Balala broke the amateur course record of an excellent total of 8 under par 205 gross after producing 68, 69 and 68 gross in 3 rounds to emerge the overall winner.
You have the best training schedule, but equipment plays one of the biggest parts, because if you lose by one shot, and one shot in golf is everything, it definitely comes down to equipment.
Balala, who is currently ranked 171 in the world, left the country last night ahead of the 2021 Abu Dhabi Amateur Golf Championship that kicks off Tuesday. Meanwhile, Kenyan parents have been urged to play an important role in the cultivation of their children's talents. According to Treasury Chief Administrative Secretary Eric Simiu, sports is among direct avenues through which the youth could easily be self-employed. He spoke at South Bay area in Nairobi during the award ceremony for upcoming talent at the Railways Technical College.
And across the field, holders Chelsea will play French side Lille in the Champions League last 16 after the draw for the knockout stages took place for a second time. French giant PSG will take on Real Madrid. Now, Brazilian Andrew Parsons has been re-elected as president of the International Paralympic Committee, IPC, for a second consecutive 4-year term. The decision came at the 20th IPC General Assembly. That's on Sunday. Parsons, remember, is a member of the International Olympic Committee, stood unopposed and received 98% of the total votes. The Brazilian succeeded Briton Philip Craven as IPC president in 2017. Parsons was part of the IOC Coordination Commission for Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games.
DT and the hard-charging floors. Felix Strang takes gold.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Not a stunner. He is out.
And that does it for the sports.
And of course, that also does it for Prime Edition this Monday night, but not before we have a look at your feedback. Watching us from Kitengela is Anthony Kamitu and Mboya. You're saying that the society is to blame, and someone else is also trying to quote what the lady was trying to say, Shida iko wapi, and he says that Shida iko na sisi. Thank you so much for your feedback. We also have Leon who is tuned in from Nairobi. We have also have Wilfred Mutuma who is saying that I'm watching you live from Nakuru. Thank you for watching, and thank you also for the feedback. We'll see you again tomorrow, same place, same time. I'm Purity Museo. Susan Puku has been our sign language interpreter tonight. Good night and God bless.
And I'm Mboya from Nairobi, Kenya. Good night. God bless you.
KDIC, protecting your deposits.
Ili kupata skiza tune hii ya usifadhaishwe, bonyeza star 811 star 961 hash.
Usifadhaishwe na mafanikio ya wengine ukihisi kwamba maisha yako hayana maana. Kumbuka, wengi huzungumzia tu mafanikio yao na si changamoto walizozipitia na ni mara ngapi walianguka. Tia bidii, muda wako utafika.
Ili kupata skiza tune hii ya usifadhaishwe, bonyeza star 811 star 961 hash.
My name is Mohammed Ahmed Mohamud, the CEO of Kenya Deposit Insurance Corporation, popularly known as KDIC. The corporation recently increased the protected sum from the previous 100,000 shillings to 500,000 shillings per account. This is the highest in sub-Saharan Africa. In effect, the corporation now covers 99% of the depositors in the unlikely event of a closure of a bank. So KDIC encourages the depositors to continue doing business with our banks that are strong and resilient.
Be sure, check out for a KDIC sticker in your banking hall. KDIC, protecting your deposits.
Stop there! Who the hell are you?
It's none of your business, okay? Who do you think you are?
Don't play tricks on me.
Are you threatening me here?
My requirement is roll straight, roll nicely, and quickly. Boss bot. Roll!
You should communicate with Mr. Tongmore. Considering your relationship, it won't be difficult.
Abantu ba Mintombo Yamore. Your favorite Ekegusi station, Minto FM, is now at your doorstep. Enjoy the hottest Kisi music, informative and entertaining shows, and reliable news only on Minto FM. Tune in to Minto FM on 91.7 FM in Nyamira, Kisii, and its environs. Minto FM in Nyamira.
My good people of the 254 and beyond, how you doing? On my end, I am doing fantastic and ready to bring you some good entertainment. As is the usual, I'll be letting you know everything that went down over the weekend as well as what has been trending. My name is Vivian Dago. You can simply just call me Miss V, and you know what this right here is? Grapevine. What you gotta do? Now we begin the show with the Kalasha Awards that went down on Friday at the Safari Park. Now Kalasha Awards is an award ceremony that celebrates the people who are doing great in the film industry from the 254. And guess who was the biggest winner this time round? The one and the only beautiful Sarah Hassan, better known as Tanya from way back on Tahiti High. Now Tanya scooped almost everything that she was nominated for, but let's check out some of the biggest winners as well for the Kalasha Awards 2021 11th edition.
It's that time of the year to celebrate great men and women in the film and TV industry. This was done through the Kalasha Awards Gala. The 11th edition went down last Friday at Safari Park Hotel.
For Best Lighting Technician. Best Lighting Technician. Victor Kamonde, Insumura. Gregory Maole, in Mission to Rescue.
Among those who were recognized this year in various categories include award-winning actress Sarah Hassan.
Sarah Hassan as Detective McKenna in Crime and Justice. Jane Wambui.
And the winner in Best Actress in a TV Drama is Sarah Hassan.
She dominated the night by taking home 3 awards. She was vetted as the Best Lead Actress in a Film for Just in Time, Best Lead Actress in a TV Drama for Crime and Justice, and Best Feature Film for Just in Time, alongside Dolabo Adeleke. Joe Kenywa aka Njoroa Uba took home 2 awards after being crowned as the best lead actor in a TV drama and best TV drama for Njoroa Uba.
Winner for best TV drama. Ladies and gentlemen, he's been here before. Njoroa Uba. We're not giving just any Uba driver, It's Njoroa.
Actress Catherine Kamau, aka Kate Actress, won the award for Best Supporting Actress in a Film, and the Lifetime Achievement Award went to Judy Kibinge.
Thank you so much for this enormous honor. It feels as if Lifetime Awards are meant to come like right at the end when you're looking like this. But guys, I'm just getting started. Yeah. This award is for all the filmmakers, all the hustlers, all the creators, all the storytellers that DocuBox exists to support.
The Kalasha International Film and TV Awards was launched 10 years ago and is held annually to recognize filmmakers in Kenya.
I'm sure you also realize that most of the recipients of these awards were not present to receive them, but musianze kuwabash mseme maringo wengine wako out there still flying our flag high, shooting films out of the country just to continue propelling our industry, and that is all we are all about. That is growth. On our trends this week, we have the one and the only Nyashinsky, who obviously broke so many hearts after he engaged his longtime fiancée and then wakafanya rurashio. But now they have done their white wedding. It was a private ceremony attended by close friends and families. I mean, some of the groomsmen were people in the industry, the likes of Nameless, Big Pin. It was a beautiful event. Okay, I'm saying it's beautiful, but hatujaziona sana. Tunaona two snippets of the photos because it was private. But well, they are newly wedded right now, Nyashinsky and Zia Bet. All the best to them and congratulations. Our next story is a rather sad one, where Diana B mentioned that allegedly Willie Posey tried to rape her, and that apparently it was some years back that apparently Willie Paul forced him into the car and then put on loud music and sped off, and he tried to pull some things on her that she wasn't comfortable or had not consented on them. I mean, it was rather sad, and while she was saying this, she was actually crying. She put up a video of herself because, I mean, rape is not something that we should take lightly, and we should not sympathize with rapists. But Willie Paul came out to mention that you guys are just on my case. This is not true. Diana and I, yes, we met, and we actually met somewhere, and she gave me her number, and it was consented, like we were just vibing together. It's not like I forced her into anything. And man, I just don't like these kinds of stories, because I see people saying that Diana is trying to clout chase, or they are working together with Willie Paul to just clout chase and for the numbers. I doubt. This is not a story to clout chase with. Whatever the case is, I hope justice is served. Now, there are people who, if given a chance, wanaweza toka hii Kenya bila kuangalia nyuma. I hear so many of you saying that. But guess what? Kenya is a beautiful country, and there are guys who actually love this country so much, and they would want to be part of us entirely. Case in point, the amazing, the talented Gillard Milo. Now, Gillard Milo, he's finally a citizen of Kenya. He has been in the country. He first landed in the country 21 years ago, and 6 years ago he put on his registration to ask if he can become a Kenyan. And guess what? Finally, he has been granted that. He is a Kenyan by registration. He's a Kenyan citizen by registration now. And as usual, we love visitors, but he's not really a visitor. He is Kenyan. Nyimbo zake ni za Swahili, and we love them. More on what has been trending now. There's this topic that maybe I would want to avoid, but I just can't because it has been trending, and that's what we do here. We let you know what is trending. Now, Chimano of Sauti Sol, for the longest time, there has been conversations back and forth about him, but he decided, you know what, I'm going to put a close to this, and he came out and just, put things straight out there about his sexuality, and that is where I'm gonna leave that story. And still on members of the Sauti Sol now, Savara is out here giving us his magic, as is the usual. We already got something from Bien, we got something from Polycarp, we got something from Chimano, and right now Savara just released the first song off of his album as an individual artist, and that is Balance. Balance is the name of the song, and it's a beautiful song. I just can't wait for the entire album to be out because I'm sure he will be serving.
Usiweke pesa kwa wallet, usiweke pesa kwa mattress, ukiweka kwa bank we ukumbuke. Tengeneza relationships, human currency, iwe ni situationship ama mapenzi. Isikushinde brade, hiyo ni simple. Isikushinde karada sana sana. When you sip, 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 take your water, check your drip.
Now wrapping up our What's Trending is Freddie Milanya of the famous Matata group from the 254. Matata. Now Milanya and his wife just welcomed a newborn. They have welcomed a baby boy and they named him Sulwe. Sulwe munaipenda hata mtoto wa Polycarp anaitwa Sulwe, but I believe it's Luo to mean star. Congratulations. I'll take a breather right now, but don't you go too far. I'll be back with more of Grapevine.
What you gotta do?
Do you know you could be seated there not knowing you're the newest millionaire in town? Want to know how? Visit ufaa.go.ke or dial *361# and find out if there's any unclaimed cash and other financial assets in your name. Labda umeomoka na ujui. Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. Receive, safeguard, reunite.
Stop there! Who the hell are you?
It's none of your business, okay? Who do you think you are?
Don't play tricks on me.
Are you threatening me here?
My requirement is roll straight, roll nicely, and quickly. Boss bot. Roll!
You should communicate with Mr. Tongmore. Considering your relationship, it won't be difficult.
Mimi tunapanga mambo yote kwa ajili ya nani?
Hapa sitakufungia tena. Una ruhusa ya kutembea kila mahali unapotaka.
Safari, umewezaje wewe kuishi na huyu Kate?
Amekataa tena, hataki kupambana na Kate tena. Mimi sijui utakaje, hata simuelewi.
You said to solve a problem you have to speak to each other decently.
Kumbuka, Dingo ni mume wangu mimi.
Welcome back to the baddest, the illest, the dopest, the latest show on this side of the Sahara, if I do say so myself. In case you're just joining in, welcome. This is the award-winning program that is Grapevine. Now, the final search of the next Highlander came to a close last Saturday at the Impala grounds. Now, they have been on this search for a couple of months now. We actually attended their previous one, and now the finale was here, and they have a winner. The winner walked home with 500,000 Kenyan shillings, as well as an adventure trip